Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages and genders, or those without a gender, attack helicopters, super intelligent shades of the colour green, you're all welcome here, however you identify. Today I'll be mostly wearing this pink fluffy housecoat because it's after hours. And I just thought we'd have a bit of fun, really, and have a look at some of the kindly correspondence that folks are posting about me on the interwebs for whatever reason. Here is a little film, last sort of 1 minute and 5 seconds, put together by a complete cocksplat. The history with this particular guy is he started to try and take shots at me on, I believe it was the Twitter platform, actually. And I said, well, actually, this is a short form platform. I'm not interested in conducting or litigating debates or science discussions on this platform. It's not appropriate here. Quite happy to host you on my YouTube channel. If you'd like to have a debate, we'll do that live on camera. Here are the rules by which I would entertain such an event. Otherwise, you can fuck right off, basically. And he got his nose all out of joint and got all upset that I wouldn't debate him in text in Twitter format, and uploaded 3 or 4 videos being disparaging about my capacities as a statistician, which is completely ludicrous because actually it's one of the things I'm absolutely expert in. Anyway, this is a bloke with all of 6 subs, 6 subscribers. Yes, that many, 6. Okay. And this particular video was posted several months ago and it's got all of 196 views. So it's really had an impact. But I thought I'd give it some highlighting. Interesting. That's a good word, highlighting. And it's just because it's a bit of fun, really. And we'll go through what is said in this video. So obviously, as you can see, the premise of this little video is that this person is claiming to have spoken to a former colleague of mine. So let's go through it and see what is said and by whom, and then we'll deal with it. So here it is.
Just like Bart, my background also stems from the University of Auckland.
Notice how the intonation on the voice there is all wrong. Just like Bart. Blah, blah, blah. My background is also the University of Auckland. Well, indeed, one of the places I was employed at one point during my academic career was indeed the University of Auckland, yes. However, that's not the voice of anyone that was a colleague of mine in the department I worked at the University of Auckland at any time that I worked there. That's the voice of someone I've never met, if it's indeed even a real human voice. Actually, it sounds pretty much like an AI voice to me. Anyway, good try. Let's hear what the false person that's never actually met me and never was a colleague of mine at the University of Auckland has to say, shall we?
Personally, I didn't like him back in the day.
Right, well, there was one and only one female colleague that worked with me at the University of Auckland who was a New Zealander, and that's not her voice. Okay? And her and I got on really well. We were good mates, actually. Her husband also worked in the same department, and I got along well with him as well. We had a ball, actually. It was good stuff. So, no, good try, mate. Have another go.
Was always someone who was quite arrogant.
Yeah, arrogant means inappropriately confident, overly self-confident. My self-confidence is entirely underpinned with substance, credentials, academic achievements, etc. There's nothing inappropriate about my self-confidence. I am absolutely an expert in a number of fields of health science, and one aspect of general science, that being statistics on top of that knowledge. Okay? Whether you like that or not. Mr. I'm going to use an AI New Zealand woman's voice to make up some colleague that never existed. Hilarious.
But still very talented when it came to statistics.
Oh, there you go. You're saying I wasn't in your attempts to argue with me on Twitter falsely.
He'd often behave as if he knew it all.
Well, no, I've never behaved like I know it all. I don't. There are a lot of things that I know a lot about, and I'm quite confident about my knowledge in those areas. Rightly so. It's underpinned by my CV, which absolutely makes that appropriate, as I said. But as I say, this is a complete fabrication anyway, so good try.
I think the reason for his behaviour was because he was suffering from some kind of inferiority complex.
Well, that's an opinion. And it's a fabricated opinion from a person that doesn't exist. I thought we were going to expose me in some way. Seems to be failing. For a start, it's got 196 views, and 2 of those are mine. Watching this to make this.
He had trouble seeing shades of grey and things.
No, not at all. Not remotely true.
And he certainly did have a tendency at the time to interpret everything literally.
Literally? No. Appropriately, scientifically, sure. Again, though, this is all a fabrication.
As far as I understood it, he was bullied in the past.
Well, how could you possibly understand anything of the sort? That's not the sort of thing that I have ever spoken about while working in academia to any colleague at all. So that's just nonsense. That's just something that this idiot has made up to get this AI voice to say.
And this might have prompted him to seek revenge for his previous failures.
I haven't failed at anything I've ever attempted long term. I have always reached a great level of success in everything that I have applied myself to in any decent sort of a way for any decent period of time. I don't feel like I've failed at anything. And I certainly don't feel the need to reap revenge on anybody for anything. Is that it? You finished programming? Yeah, AI voice. That was all. Okay, well, that was great. Exposed. Great. Oh, I'm greatly exposed. No. Complete fabrication. Right, what's this? This is the email I sent to said idiot suggesting that I was quite happy to entertain this idiot in a live on-camera debate on my YouTube channel according to the rules, which I would set down because it's my fucking channel, or else fuck off. So that doesn't expose anything either. That's an accurate, it seems like fairly unedited version of my email. No problem with that. And another email I sent later in that same exchange after this idiot attempting to continue to negotiate the rules under which I would consider hosting him on my channel, to which I said, no, I won't be reconsidering any of the rules. That's what they are. Take them or leave them. I don't give a fuck either way. It's no skin off my dick. There we go. No problems. Right. So I'm safe. I haven't been exposed for anything. I knew I wouldn't be, of course, because there's nothing to expose. I'm above reproach academically, history-wise, work experience and work history-wise. Nothing to be ashamed of anywhere I've ever worked. Great achievements academically over a significant number of years, over more than 2 decades. Pretty much achieved everything in academia that I possibly could have, I think. I got to a glass ceiling level, decided to move out of that for my own reasons and do my own thing. And I'm really glad I did, actually, because I'm actually doing much, much better professionally, personally, and financially than I ever did as an academic. So, yeah, very, very happy with my decision to leave that industry behind. Anyway, thanks for your input. Nil pois, no points for you whatsoever. No impact made whatsoever on my credibility in any way, shape or form. you've made a fool of yourself, or you would if I'd bothered to name you or leave your channel remotely identifiable. Fail. Next time, actually, if you want to talk to one of my ex-colleagues, actually find one instead of making up a false character that doesn't exist and is probably actually an AI voice. Cool. All right. See you next time, boys and girls, when probably someone will be wrong on interwebs because there's a lot of that going on, isn't there? See you then.